Mickey, thanks for coming in to see us at the Age today.
No problem.
Congratulations on the show at the Glee Club last week.
23rd of March.
Yeah. I heard it went very well.
Yeah, it was alright. Yeah.
And,
I don't like blowing my own horn, but
Yeah.
it's alright.
Yeah, okay.
I said stuff and they laughed.
Okay, good show. I hear you've got a show coming up, or been connected with the Fringe at the Edinburgh Festival.
Yes, I'm doing an Edinburgh preview of a show called Sharma Comedian. It's supposed to read like Sharma. It's just being cheeky.
Are you going to do one of those long weeks with the?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. It's an idea. I need to write it down.
Okay.
So it's an Edinburgh preview of that show that I'm taking up to Edinburgh. It's at the Mac and it's sold out.
Will this be your first time in Edinburgh?
This is my first time ever. I've never been up, not even visiting. Like for the Fringe, but I've been to the city before.
Right, yeah, okay.
I've gigged in the city.
Okay. So this is the first time at the Fringe?
Fringe, yeah.
How important is the Fringe when it comes to exposure within the circuit, in that sense?
As far as I know, it's changed a lot since the 90s. In the 90s and early noughties, the comedians that won or got nominated, those are the comedians that broke through.
Yeah.
Dylan Moran, Lee Evans, Sean Locke. These are the people that broke through.
Yeah.
Now it's more to do with getting discovered by a bigger agent, and they've got connections with TV, and they can slide you in, get a stand-up spot at the Live at the Apollo or any of the stand-up shows. So not that important in terms of making it, but it's important in terms of getting better. Because if you think about it, I mean, if I'm going to be at the Fringe for 26 days.
Okay.
Every day I'm doing an hour.
Wow.
Every day. So, and the audience will vary from, I don't know, 6 people on a weekday to a full house, 60, 70 people on a weekend.
Okay.
So you work in your material, and you cannot, because comedy is a muscle. You exercise it more and more and more. So I can't imagine how much I'm going to improve when I'm from the 31st of July, when I first do my show, to the 26th when I, finish it. The Fringe is finished.
Okay. So it's all about honing your craft to a certain
It's for personally me, because it can be a bubble. Because you're in that bubble of stand-up and everybody's talking about I'm on TV, and it can be distracting, and it can be heartbreaking when you turn up to a venue. There's nobody there. It can be heartbreaking. So from Saturday night when you smashed it, absolutely, 100 people going just lifting you out of the room. To Monday night, there's nobody there. So how are you gonna? It's an exercise in building a character as well, just to see how fickle this stand-up thing is, and just taking the craft seriously, but not necessarily yourself.
Okay.
If you can do that, I'm not looking forward to it. Let's just put it this way.
Okay. When it comes to writing your material, what would you say are the main sources that you take inspiration from?
Main source, it is autobiographical. That's the only thing. That's the only common strand throughout my set. That it's autobiographical.
So it's going to have some reference to your
my life, and so being me, it can be lots of different things. Brummy or an Indian living in Britain. I've been in Britain 12 years. I wasn't born here. I came when I was 19. Because I'm not British Asian. I'm not British. I've still got an Indian passport.
Oh, okay.
So it's all legal. It's all sorted. So dealing with that. Sometimes, there's internal conflicts. Well, what does being British mean? Am I British? I feel British? I don't know. What does feeling British mean? Because it's different for somebody that's grown up here. Even though you've got ethnic influences in the house, you're still growing up British. You're watching Coronation Street, EastEnders, Embarrassing Bodies, whatever. You're still growing up with a British influence, so you're British. But somebody like me who came when he was 19, supposedly done all the growing up and formative years in one country, and then moving to another, and just changing way of life. One of the reasons I do keep my Indian passport is because I feel I've changed so much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the only thing that keeps me connected. And I've got loads of visas on my passport. I just go, oh, I've been to that country. Oh, yes, I've travelled.
Good show, good show. When it comes to the feedback that you get from an audience, I mean, obviously it could vary from different venue to venue and how well you're known in any given area.
I'm not known at all.
Yeah.
No.
You're sort of under the radar.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah. When it comes to that sort of feedback, do you want it to be homely and sort of comfortable, or would you rather it be a bit more caustic and on the edge in that sense?
A mixture of both, really. I mean, I don't. I like a Saturday night late show crowd. I do. Some comedians don't like that. I like the energy. Yeah,
a bit of alcohol involved.
I like the energy of you. I mean, I've never done arenas or big theatres, but I know comics that have, and they say themselves like a Saturday night, comedy club is a nice, good comedy club. You can't beat the energy because people are coming out just for the reputation of the comedy club. They don't know who's on. You know, they don't know the reputation of the comedy. They just know it's going to be a good night. You know, and that just energy is it's palpable when you walk into the room. It's palpable.
At what age did you think that's the direction I want to go? And what was the reaction from your family?
I was always funny. I think I got funny when my puberty hit. And my voice dropped and I could do impressions.
Right. Okay.
So growing up in India, there's no such thing as stand-up. The stand-up comedy doesn't exist as a. I mean, it is now, but stand-up comedy didn't exist when I was growing up. So it never occurred to me that this could be a career path. And through things happening in life, I ended up in Britain, and I always wanted to do something funny. I used to do comedy sketches at school, and I used to do debating. I used to use humour to win or lose, either. And so I always wanted to do something comedy. And then I came to Britain, and I saw that stand-up was a viable thing. I thought, and this is a real thing.
Do you remember your first person who you saw?
First ever stand-up thing I watched was on VHS. Remember that? When he got caught up, he has to use scissors or whatever. Right. It was The Kings of Comedy. It was a Spike Lee directed live concert for comedians, for Black American comedians. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, Cedric the Entertainer, and Bernie Mac, great Bernie Mac.
Well remembered.
Yes. And I watched it, and I didn't even understand half of it.
Because of the American references.
Yeah, all the Black American references, and they were talking too fast. But the energy just caught me. I was like, just standing there, just saying stuff, and it's an arena, so people are just going mental. I can do this. I was at college, at South Birmingham College, in Southend City now, and I was doing a media course, and it was a media and music college. The music students were having a little showcase in the canteen, and they put up a flyer, say if you want to perform, whatever. So I told them I want to do stand-up, and I think I was about 20 then, and I went on and I said something, and they laughed. I was like, oh, this is because I'd never. That's what I've known, laughter. At school, you just get up and say anything. People just go because they know you. Whatever. The first laugh came, and then I said something, and nobody laughed. Because I'd never been to a comedy club, I'd never seen anybody die, bomb. And I couldn't deal with that feeling. I was like, what is this? And I forgot everything else, just empty. And I just apologized and ran off. And that was horrible. I couldn't eat all day. and oh, it was horrible. And then put me off stand-up for 6 years.
No, really? 6 years?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to keep doing it. I didn't know where to go, and life took over or whatever. In hindsight, it was a good thing because I needed to learn a bit more because I've only been in Britain a year and a half, so I didn't know much references and stuff. And you need to know your background in order to do something about it.
The trouble is with, I'm assuming the stand-up. Please feel free to put me in the right direction.
Yeah.
But you can only really learn by doing. It's no good looking in the mirror and telling yourself jokes. That doesn't give you a reaction.
I think I can't remember Paul Merton. He said it's the only performance art where you rehearse in front of an audience. Your rehearsal needs to be. So when I write a routine, I need to try it out in front of an audience. I think it's funny, and the chances are that's not going to be funny. So then that's when the edit happens. I was like, change that bit. So from the beginning, it needs to be in front of an audience. Yeah, yeah. You can't. When you rehearse in front of a mirror just to get the momentum going and learn your lines, so to speak. But apart from that, you.
Relatively speaking, you're still fairly early on in your days as a stand-up. Have you any idea right now what would your dream gig be?
Oh wow! Dream gig.
Maybe working with one or two other comedians, possibly.
I'd love to work with Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. And Lee Evans. I've worked with Lee Evans actually.
Okay.
I've gigs with Lee Evans and the same, but with a Glee Club. So that dream has been realised. He didn't know who I was though. So, but yeah, a dream gig would be a solo show in Birmingham at the NIA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, big show, big tour show at Birmingham because
I think we'll all come and see that next year. Next year.
It's about, I think it's about 10 years.
Yeah, okay.
Because I'm 4.5 years into stand-up. It takes a long time.
Lastly, we've already discussed about how it's not like a real standard career in a sense, and there's no real way job centre. You can't. It wasn't a job centre. But with young people who are looking to move into the comedy arena now, is there any sort of advice? You know, some young Asian lads out there or young Asian women that are looking to possibly go down the same route?
I'd say you've got to, if there's an itch that needs to be scratched, because every performer, actor, musician, stand-up, there's this itch that needs to be scratched, this need to entertain. So give it a go to the open mics or register. And now, because of the internet, you just Google open mic nights and it'll come up.
Yeah.
Try it. Chances are you'll fail the first gig. That's just normal. And then after feeling bad and sweating and just starving yourself because you can't eat, so nervous. And after a couple of days, you feel, oh, that wasn't half bad. I want to give it another go. Then you've been bit. So that means you want to do it. If you feel the need to do it, you have to just do it. That's the only advice there is. If you feel the need to do it, just get up and do it. Because that's the only profession. This and being a pirate, that's the only two professions in the world that you just, as a pirate, you just walk on a pirate ship, go, I'm a pirate. Yeah. That's what it is, and it's the same with stand-up. Just go and go, I'm a stand-up.
Don't you go, ah!
I'm a pirate. So you just gotta just do it. There's a couple of comedy courses. You can do a comedy course just to ease yourself into it.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Yeah.
That's a good idea, I think. I never did it. I would have done it if I knew that such a thing existed. But eventually, you're just gonna have to
get out there.
Pick up the microphone.
Okay. Mickey, thank you very much.
No problem at all.
It's been nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.